Hi there, Darth Geekula here, aka Rich, here with a quick little Darth's Haul video. A little different setup. I'm actually working on trying to get a studio setup. When I say studio, I mean a corner in my basement. But I did, I'm starting to set it up. I do want to do a quick video on some wrestling figures I got. These are Mattel wrestling figures. Mattel basically has two tiers of wrestling figure. They have the Elite series, which has better articulation, more accessories, slightly better sculpts, higher price point, and more geared towards collectors. They also have a basic series, which has less articulation, less accessories. Sculpts are a little softer, as we say in the action figure reviewer world, meaning they're just not quite as sharp. And a lower price point. I will admit to being a bit of an action figure snob, and I usually don't buy the basic figures, but for whatever reason, I kind of want to go back and collect the classic wrestlers from the 80s and 90s, but I don't want to spend a lot of money, so I have been picking up some of the Mattel basic figures. So, first of all, here is Ric Flair. This is the basic figure, so the articulation, and it isn't bad. He has rotation at the shoulders, single bend at the elbow. He's got a T-crotch, so the legs can just go back, up and down. No side-to-side movement. Single joint at the knees, and there's actually a boot rotation, and there is some ankle articulation, no ankle pivot, just back and forth. Sculpt is nice. When I said the sculpts are softer on the basic figures, it's basically the same sculpt. I just suspect they don't take as much care taking out of the mold or something, because usually they look a little softer compared to the Elite series. But this is definitely Ric Flair. A blurry Ric Flair on my bad camera, but so there he is. Also, the Elite, the basic figures do come with knee pads that are a separate piece, which is nice. So there is Ric Flair. Lay him down. Second of all, we have Roddy Piper. This particular figure is a Walmart exclusive. Walmart has an exclusive where the wrestlers are wearing sort of their trademark T-shirts. And here we have the late, great Roddy Piper in a Hot Rod T-shirt. Not a bad likeness. There really hasn't been a perfect Mattel Roddy Piper figure. There was a figure that came with the T-shirt and the kilt and bagpipes and their defining moments line, but it had the basic style articulation. There was a figure that had the better articulation, but it didn't have a lot of accessories. It didn't have the Hot Rod shirt. Anyway, I picked up this basic figure to have a Roddy Piper in my collection. The T-shirt looks really good. And the sculpt's not bad. Kind of a 90s-ish Roddy Piper. And here we have my favorite wrestler, Bret Hart. I have a couple Bret Hart figures from Mattel. This is kind of an early 90s Bret. This could be, with Jim Neidhart as part of the tag team of the Hart Foundation. Could be when he was Intercontinental Champion. Again, same head sculpt that's on his Elite figures. But the trunks are a little more classic Bret Hart, so I was happy to find him. And last but not least, we have the Road Warriors, Animal and Hawk. Quick story, the only time I have ever been ripped off on eBay was when I was trying to purchase the Elite series, the first Road Warriors figures put out by Mattel. That was in kind of their classic black shoulder pads, more from their NWA era. Anyway, I never got them, and I've been trying to get the Road Warriors at an affordable price. For whatever reason, the previous versions of the Road Warriors, there was a version with the black shoulder pads, and there was a sort of a WWF version with the red shoulder pads. Both, it never came to my area in store, and it goes for crazy amounts on the secondary market. So when I saw this basic 2-pack, it is the basic articulation, but the head sculpts are great. And what's really cool is, remember I was saying the basic figures usually don't have a lot of accessories? Well, these do come, obviously, with the shoulder pads. So that's actually kind of nice. Because like I said, usually they come with 0 accessories. But there they are, Animal and Hawk. I would prefer it if the shoulder pads were black or red, because that's a little more classic Legion of Doom. And I might paint them, but I'm still really happy to finally have some decent Road Warrior figures in my collection. The last time I had Road Warrior action figures was way back in the 80s when Remco had a line. And just to give you an idea of the difference in the articulation, here is the Elite Randy Savage. He has the ab crunch. He has a thigh cut, as well as rotation at the thighs. It's hard to bend his knees, but there is knee articulation. And there is a little bit of an ankle, a little bit of an ankle pivot. And also the headband and glasses are removable. So just to give you an idea of the extra stuff that you get. But like I said, if you don't mind the lack of articulation and you just want to have an affordable wrestling collection, I'm really having fun with these basic figures. So I'm basically combining the elite and basic wrestlers that I have to have kind of a cool 80s, early 90s wrestling display. So there you go, guys. Some wrestling figures. And I'll see you later. See ya.